Welcome back to Humboldt State tonight on this very important day. Pleasure to have Dan Collen, the athletic director, on. Dan, President Roland Richmond, Rob Arkley, obviously two very important guys on and off the court. What do they mean to you?
Oh, absolutely. Both President Richmond and Rob Arkley and Sherry have been incredible supporters of HSU athletics and the campus as a whole. As Rob and Dr. Richmond talked about, the community involvement here within Humboldt State is so critical to the survival of athletics and just in general the university.
All right, let's go to the email portion of the show. We've got an email here for Dan Collen. If we bring in the email now, thank you, hand. And I think it's time we expose the hand and check this out. You know, Dr. Richmond is supposed to be busy at work at the budget, but I appreciate you're such a fan. You find time to bring us our emails. It's nice having a strong IT guy who can handle that. Dr. Richmond, thank you. All right, this is to Dan Collen from Lisa in McKinleyville. Who's going to be this year's speaker at the sports auction? Well, do we have an answer to that question?
We do. That's a good question. Just a couple days ago, we have Jim Harbaugh from Stanford, former Chicago Bear quarterback. We're very pleased with that. He knows a lot about athletics, obviously, small college football. We're excited about what he's going to bring to the auction.
All right, auction, that's your bread and butter for athletics. You guys raise a lot of money. How important is charitable giving as we look back and we see the Security National Reserve section, the Dan Johnsons of the world, and even the people who give $100 here or $5 here, but how important, Dan Collen, is charitable giving or giving to athletics to you and your program?
Well, absolutely. JB, those of us that are involved with the budget, we receive no state dollars, general fund dollars, though we receive student fees for our salaries and benefits, but the community and the fundraising is an integral part of our fundraising efforts. We raise close to $1 million a year, so every dollar counts. The auction that's happening on March 28th is a critical component of our scholarship budgets. We raise about $250,000 on an average, so it's a huge night. But the community here is just unbelievable. The support that my colleagues tell me throughout California, when they come here and they see the support of the community, the involvement, you can look around this gym and just see all the corporate partners that we have. But Sherry and Rob Arkley have been huge supporters of the bleachers. Dan and Kendra Johnson we're also recognizing this Friday. I think we don't want to forget about them. They've been a huge booster and supporter of our program.
So have you been affected by the budget? Has it taken its toll on you?
Well, yes, in a roundabout way, in that you know, there's great pressure on this university, and it has been for several years now. But you know, since a large part of our budget is fundraising, we're worried about, you know, just the business climate in the community. Since we rely on it so heavily, we recognize people are struggling out there, and we want to do our part to try to get some excitement in the community, excitement on campus.
All right, 10 seconds, Dan. What do you think of the new gym? We're almost a year into it. Not too shabby, huh?
Oh, absolutely. It's an unbelievable facility. We think it's one of the best in Division II. I think our facilities as a whole, once we finish all the construction projects, will be one of the best athletic facilities. So,
Dan, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you. Appreciate it, JB.
Dan, we want to thank the sponsors because they helped this show happen. That's Coast Central Credit Union, Belonging Never Felt Better, Miller Farms, Del Rica Distributing, who brings you Miller Lite to the North Coast, Bear River Casino, and Schaefer's Fine Furniture and Schaefer's Ace Hardware. I want to thank Dr. Richmond, Rob Arkley, and Dan Collen here on Humboldt State tonight.